Thank you for joining us for The Bridge, a podcast production featuring LCA's middle school team. Today is the second in a two-part discussion on Legacy's Crew, or house system, in the middle school. Joining us are host Adam Housley, Senior Director of Advancement, Dr. Joy Bell, Middle School Principal, Dr. Lana Sneer, Middle School Guidance Counselor, and Mr. Joey Roach, Middle School Assistant Principal. We talked about this a little bit beforehand, but I want to hear you say it because you'll say it better than I do, Dr. Sneer, but this program really helps fulfill the promise to love your child, to know your child, and prepare your child. And maybe you can talk about it in light of, when we're in the elementary school, they've got one teacher who has, maybe 20 kids in her class, and they spend all day, every day together. There's obviously some mixed interaction with other people in the grade and specials, but you really see the Crew program is helping bring that up into the middle school. Is that right?
Yeah, so that we begin to develop not just academic relationships with these students, but deep relationships, because that's where our middle schoolers are. They are, everything is internal for them. And so we really have to dig deep to begin to know who they are and what their needs are. And this is kind of a platform in which to do that. Nothing brings out a kid's true colors and energy level like being on a team and being a part of something and getting to shine. And some of our kids who've never gotten that opportunity will get it, whether it's, hey, your science crew had the best I can't remember what they put together. The group had the best Rube Goldberg, and they were voted as the best by all the other classes. And so now your group gets, 50 points towards your crew. Well, that could be a child that never was on a football field or never was in drama, but now all of a sudden they have great value to their crew team and they get high-fived and pumped up. And so it actually does do a lot for just building kids' self-esteem and confidence and helping to see where, they matter. They play a huge role for their team and for just as a whole. I feel like for me, it's going to give kids an opportunity to have an impact not only on their grade level but on each other. We have kids, I think, who will be great mentors, 7th and 8th grade kids who will be great mentors, but haven't had an opportunity to step into that role. And this is going to give them an opportunity to step into that role, to be a leader, to be a mentor, to change lives. So I think I sidetracked and didn't really answer your question, but I do feel like as these kids find their niche and come out of their shells a little bit in the middle school, that we will be given an opportunity to see them more fully and to know them more fully and to shine light on their strengths and who they are and how they, participate and what role they play and the value they have, so I think that's going to help us to come alongside them even better and to pour into them better.
It was a great lead into the next question for Mr. Roach regarding involvement. So how do we get involved in the program, Joey?
Well, every student is going to be automatically involved. In other words, you're placed in a squad. For those returning middle school students, it'll be based on the advisory groups that they were already in this year. And so that with our incoming 5th graders, they will be placed on a squad along with their squad leader or teacher. And so everybody is involved. We're going to roll this out here at the end of May so that before the school year's out, every student that we have currently coming in for this next fall will know what squad they're on and who their squad leader is going to be for the fall. There will also be opportunities for leadership positions within each squad that the students can apply for, and this will happen in the fall. For instance, within each crew, we're going to have crew chiefs, a boy and a girl, who will be considered the crew chiefs for the entire crew. But then each grade level is going to have a class representative within their crew. So a boy and a girl from the 5th grade, 6th, 7th, and 8th. So we'll actually have 10 official leadership positions within that crew. Of course, we want to teach leadership skills and leadership qualities for all of our students. You don't have to have a title to be a leader. And so when we're involved in all of these activities, we want our students to be demonstrating great leadership qualities in every activity that they do. And the question might be, what are we looking for in leaders? Well, first and foremost, of course, Christ-like character. And we want them to have demonstrated this already to their teachers and to their classmates? Are they demonstrating the kind of things that we're emphasizing in our school? Respecting one another, respecting authority, being that person that is always an encourager to someone else, always there to help others, someone who has demonstrated integrity, a sense of responsibility, and quite frankly, that desire to be a servant leader, that person who wants to serve others each and every day. That's a leader. That's who people are going to follow. We want to build up and encourage and promote those servant leaders who are positive influences on our students. And quite frankly, that is helping us to fulfill our mission of building strong biblical leaders who are going to one day, go out and influence their own homes and churches and communities for Jesus Christ. That begins now. We want to give them opportunities for real practical application of those leadership qualities and to help develop those.
Well, thank you, Joey and Lana. I can tell you're both excited about the program, and you've got me excited. I love the opportunity, the variety of opportunity for our kids to be leaders that's not necessarily tied to an academic or an athletic or an organizational position, but that really gets at, the life beyond the school mentality that you just talked about, Joey. Dr. Bell, I'm going to come to you just for the final word. Would love to hear why you're excited about this program as we wrap up our conversation about the Cru initiative.
Well, Adam, I landed here this year, and I landed in a great space because I am also very relational. That's a huge deal for me. And so to be in the middle school with this team and this great program and to find ways to connect to these children and get that light on and keep it on in their eyes in whatever way we can, this program is going to support the middle school pillars that we will discuss later. And so the relational piece really is the biggie. I have two middle school, Adam, as you know, I have two middle schoolers of my own. And from day to day, sometimes they're really excitable. Sometimes they're like, they're kind of grumpy. And so this program will offer us so many opportunities to tap into all of those changes that are going on in their little minds and hearts and souls in ways that we can only imagine. I am with you. I am excited about this program, Adam.
All right. Well, thank you, Dr. Bell and Mrs. Schneer and Mr. Roach. We look forward to rolling out this program in the fall and receiving some communication as the school year wraps up and we turn to summer. So thank you all very much. Thank you for listening to this episode of The Bridge, which is the first in a two-part series. Be sure and subscribe to receive a notification when part 2 is available.